dare you trespass on sacred ground? You have disturbed the ancestors' rest!
My people, this is a story that walked from the past into the present and almost destroyed a whole village. In a very ancient land called Igboko Village, surrounded by thick forests, roaring rivers and whispering winds, there lived a people who believed strongly in gods, ancestors and destiny. Igboko was peaceful, fertile and blessed. Farmers harvested yams that were bigger than their heads. Women fetched water from a river that shimmered like glass. Children laughed under the mango trees. But in the middle of this beauty stood something even more breathtaking. A young woman named Amina Okoye. Ah, my people, if you had seen Amina, you would have believed that beauty itself took human form. Her skin was smooth like polished gold. Her eyes sparkled like stars at midnight. When she walked, it was like the earth bowed beneath her feet. Even birds stopped singing just to watch her pass. In fact, the elders of Igboko said, Amina is not just beautiful, she is a gift from the gods. Men from neighboring villages crossed dangerous forests just to catch a glimpse of her. Kings sent messengers with gifts, golden beads, rare fabrics, and even livestock, all hoping to marry her. But Amina, she was not proud. She was kind, respectful, hardworking, and humble. Every morning, she went to the river with other women, singing traditional songs that made even the wind dance. However, as beautiful as Amina was, something strange surrounded her life. Whenever she entered the forest, hunters said they heard soft footsteps following her, but saw no one. Whenever she laughed, the river seemed to glow. And whenever she cried, rain fell from a clear sky. Chai. Suspicious things were happening around that girl. One day, the chief of Igboko, known as Chief Obina, called a meeting of all elders under the sacred Iroko tree. Drums rolled, bells rang, and everyone gathered. The chief stood and said, "My people of Igboko, we have been blessed with beauty in Amina, but with blessing comes danger. Many outsiders now watch our village, some with love, some with envy, and some with wicked hearts." As he spoke, a mysterious old woman named Mama Anuli stepped forward. Mama Anuli was feared in the village. Some called her a witch. Others said she was a guardian spirit in human form. She leaned on her walking stick and said in a deep, trembling voice, "Amina is not just beautiful. She carries a destiny that could either save or destroy Igboko." Silence fell. Even the crickets stopped chirping. The chief frowned and said, "Explain yourself, Mama Anuli." Mama Anuli cleared her truth and said, "Long ago, before your fathers were born, the goddess of the river promised to send a woman whose beauty would attract both blessing and doom. That woman is Amina." The crowd gasped. "Ha! Chai! Ewo!" People began to whisper. Some feared Amina, some admired her even more. But Amina herself knew nothing about this prophecy. She continued living her normal life, cooking, farming, fetching water, helping elders, and singing with the women. But destiny, my people, destiny does not wait for permission. One evening, as the sun began to set like burning fire on the horizon, Amina went alone to the river. She did not know that behind the trees, dangerous eyes were watching her. A tall, dark stranger named Prince Uche of Obodo Kingdom had arrived secretly in Igboko. He was handsome, he was powerful, and he was hungry for control. He had heard of Amina's beauty and wanted her, not for love, but for power. In his kingdom, there was a prophecy that whoever married the most beautiful woman of Igboko would rule over 7 lands. So when he saw Amina by the river, he smiled, but it was not a kind smile. It was a dangerous one. He stepped forward and said softly, "Beautiful maiden of Igboko, why does such perfection walk alone?" Amina turned. Her heart skipped. She had never seen such a man before, but she felt uneasy. She replied carefully, "I am Amina Okoye. Who Who are you, stranger? Prince Uche bowed slightly. I am a traveler who has heard of your unmatched beauty. Before Amina could answer, the river began to ripple violently. Water splashed, wind roared, and a deep voice echoed from beneath the water. Amina, return home. Chai! Amina trembled. Prince Uche stepped back in shock. The river calmed, and Amina ran home without looking back. When she told her mother, Mama Amina, what happened, her mother's face turned pale. She called the elders immediately. That night, under the moonlight, the elders performed a powerful ritual. At the riverbank, they poured palm wine, they broke kola nuts, they called upon the river goddess, and suddenly, a shadow rose from the water in the shape of a woman. Her voice boomed. Amina belongs to Igboko kingdom. Whoever tries to claim her selfishly will bring destruction upon this land. The next morning, news spread fast. The stranger, Prince Uche, was ordered to leave the village. But instead of leaving, he began to plot. He bribed some young men in Igboko with money and promises of wealth. He convinced them that Amina should be taken by force to his kingdom. One dark night, when the moon hid behind clouds, Prince Uche and his hired men crept into Amina's compound. But just as they reached her door, thunder struck, lightning flashed, and Mama Anuli appeared from nowhere. She slammed her staff on the ground and shouted, "Whoever touches this girl touches death." The men froze in fear. Prince Uche tried to run, but the earth opened beneath him and swallowed his footsteps. He disappeared into darkness. The hired men fell to their knees, begging for mercy. The next day, they confessed everything to the chief. The village rejoiced, but also realized something important. Amina was not just beautiful, she was protected by the gods. Time passed. Many suitors came, but only one man was truly worthy. His name was Chinedu, a humble farmer from Igboko itself. He did not come with gold. He did not come with pride. He came with respect. He said to Amina, "I do not want your beauty. I want your heart." Amina smiled, and this time the river was calm. The birds sang, the wind danced gently, and Mama Anuli nodded. Amina and Chinedu married in a grand traditional ceremony. Drums sounded, dancers danced, the entire village celebrated for 7 days and 7 nights. And after that day, Igboko prospered like never before. Yams grew bigger, rains fell in season, children were born healthy, and peace reigned. But whenever someone asked about Amina, elders would say, "She is not just the most beautiful woman in the village, she is the chosen one who brought harmony." And so, my people, the lesson of this story is clear. Beauty is powerful, but character is stronger. Never be blinded by what shines on the outside, because what truly protects you is what lives inside. And that is the story of Amina Okoye, the most beautiful woman of Igboko Village. If you hear this story and understand it, say, "I hear this story." If you believe this story, say, "I believe" in the comment. Story. And this is the end of the story.